Now at 10, the CDC votes to expand the rollout of vaccine boosters. Plus, a look at how area grocery stores are holding up during the supply chain crisis. And
Missouri officially has a bear hunting season. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with how this new hunting season could affect state wildlife and how it works.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The CDC approves a plan to expand the COVID-19 vaccine booster rollout. This is KOAM News at 10. A panel of experts today voted to recommend booster doses for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. They also approved the mixing and matching of vaccines. Tonight, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky endorsed the recommendations, allowing millions more Americans to begin getting booster shots. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services today announced that more than 3 million Missourians are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The milestone comes as the state concludes its vaccine incentive program, MoVIP. Officials say nearly 480,000 Missourians initiated vaccinations since that program began. Cases are also down in the state, with daily infections around half of what they were just 1 month ago. The Jasper County Health Department reports 4 more COVID-19 deaths. Health officials say the patients were 3 men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and a woman in her 60s. The latest deaths bring the county's total to 231. As the number of COVID cases drops across much of the U.S., some countries around the world are still hitting record numbers. Parts of Europe are also dealing with rising daily death tolls and strained healthcare systems. Ian Lee reports.
It's all hands on deck at this Russian hospital as COVID cases and deaths have now reached their highest levels since the start of the pandemic. Officials blame the low vaccination rate. Less than a third of Russians are fully vaccinated. I don't know why people don't get the vaccine, this doctor says. It offers a clear chance for survival. In Romania, COVID-19 has killed 1 person every 5 minutes this month, in a country that has one of the lowest vaccination rates in Europe. Hospitals are so packed with COVID patients, some are being flown to neighboring Hungary for treatment. UK officials don't want to see that kind of chaos here. With COVID cases on the rise, some health experts are pushing for stricter measures like mask mandates and more working from home.
And if we don't, I'm afraid we will once again, and we have been here before, we will stumble into a crisis.
Even New Zealand is reporting record daily infections for the second time in 3 days this week. The outbreak of the Delta variant there has dashed the nation's COVID-0 hopes.
We need everyone who can be to be vaccinated.
High vaccination rates in Australia are delivering some light at the end of the tunnel in Melbourne. The world's most locked down city will start lifting restrictions on Friday, ending a stay-at-home order that lasted nearly 9 months. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
The World Health Organization says the pandemic will go on for a year longer than it needs to because poorer countries are still not getting the vaccines they need. India has now reached a vaccine milestone, though, administering 1 billion COVID vaccine doses. Out of 1.3 billion people in the country, at least 74% of adults have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. India was criticized for a slower than expected rollout of the vaccine program during a brutal second wave of the pandemic earlier this year. It's getting kind of chilly tonight. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
It is. Most areas are already dropping back upper 40s to near 50 degrees after a pretty good day, cooler day than what we have seen over the past few days. 63 started this morning at about 43 degrees, and we're going to get down near that number once again as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We do have some mid and upper level clouds which have been streaming in, but nothing underneath the clouds, so not much is going on. But this little deck of clouds will roll through and it'll be gone by morning, and then we'll see pretty much mostly sunny skies as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow. Temperatures kind of chilly right now. We're dropping back mid to upper 40s. We're going to go back into lower 40s once again a little bit later on tonight. I think we'll climb a bit to about 44 by 7. I think we're going to bottom out at 41 or 42. 53 by 10, 68 by noon, high temp right around 73. So we are going to start to warm up. Thunderstorms for the weekend. We need to look at that here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Steve Bannon, the former aide to President Trump, could soon face criminal charges for refusing to comply with the congressional committee investigating the January 6th attack on our nation's Capitol. 9 Republicans joined every House Democrat in voting to find Bannon in contempt of Congress. Bannon claims he does not have to comply because President Trump has asserted executive privilege, even though he was no longer president and Bannon did not work for the administration at that time. Now the U.S. Attorney's Office must decide whether to prosecute. Some popular four-state grocery stores tell us nationwide supply chain issues are not affecting what's on their shelves locally. Supply, shipping, and trucking issues have led to higher prices and empty shelves at stores across much of the country. And a new survey from Oracle says 52% of Americans have responded by getting a head start on their holiday shopping. But four-staters might be in luck when it comes to keeping the pantry stocked. We reached out to 5 area grocery stores to find out if they're dealing with empty shelves and product shortages. Only Food for Less in Joplin told us keeping shelves consistently stocked is an issue. Apple Market in Columbus, King Cash Saver in Carthage, Harps in Joplin, and Ron's in Pittsburgh say for the most part their shelves are stocked and they're ready for the holiday rush.
We are looking at our turkey supply chain as far as our meat shop, and right now we're in good shape, so we haven't started any pre-ordering for customers on that just yet because we know we're getting everything we're supposed to.
The owner of Ron's Supermarket also says he predicts the few supply chain issues he's encountered will improve following the holiday season. Brings us to our KOAM News Now Instapoll. Today's question: are you having more difficulty than usual finding your groceries? You can participate in the poll at koamnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to check in on those final results later in this newscast. Coming up, the University of Missouri suspends all fraternity activities after a student is hospitalized with alcohol poisoning. Plus, the first ever bear hunting season is underway in Missouri. We're going to hear from an official with Missouri's Department of Conservation. The University of Missouri has suspended all fraternity activities after a report of a freshman with alcohol poisoning. Happened early yesterday at Phi Gamma Delta. The suspension includes social events and university-sanctioned activities. The Interfraternity Council voted to support the decision. The student in this latest incident was found unresponsive, taken to a hospital. No word on that student's condition. Missouri hunters now have another option when it comes to the types of animals they can hunt. This week marks the beginning of the state's first official black bear hunting season. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with an official from the State Conservation Department who explains why the hunting season was created and how area hunters can get involved.
Missouri hunters can officially add a new animal to their roster with the start of a new black bear hunting season in the Show Me State.
This is the first ever black bear season in Missouri. Anytime you can participate in the first ever of something, it's kind of a special deal.
The reasoning behind the new hunting season's creation has to do with Missouri's growing bear population.
Missouri's bear population is growing at a rate of 9% a year. That's a very good growth rate for a bear population.
And the new season, to manage the growing amount of Missouri bears, is still heavily regulated, just like any other hunting season.
Don't just go out in the woods and think, I'm going to shoot a bear today.
Hunting bears in Missouri isn't an easy thing to do. First of all, there are only 800 throughout the entire state, and finding them isn't that simple.
We hear stories of bears getting in barns, bears, getting on the edge of cities. When you're hunting for them, they disappear.
But before any of the 400 hunters that were drawn in the state's raffle can go out and start looking for bears, they need to do some homework, like buying a permit and attending an orientation. Mostly because Missouri hunters have never had an opportunity like this before.
We just wanted to make sure they had all the information, not only on where the bears are at, but what they're, how they can process a bear, some of the uses for bear meat, things like that.
Now, Missouri hunters will have this bear hunting opportunity for years to come. In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
This year's hunting season will run for 10 days or until the state's bear quota is reached. If you find your canine best friend is acting too hyper, might be something more than just a case of the zoomies. A study in Finland found that dogs can develop ADHD, just like humans can. Researchers at the University of Helsinki examined more than 11,000 dogs in an extensive survey. They found that puppies and male dogs are more prone to ADHD-like behavior. Researchers found that owner behavior, as well as the dog's age, gender, and breed, all play a role in whether they develop that condition. Later, Mercy Hospital celebrates 125 years of serving the Joplin area.
Plus, it looks like some showers and thunderstorms rolling in for the weekend. We're going to look at that coming up. It turned out to be a really nice Thursday for us today. Quite a bit cooler than what we have seen all week long. Temperatures for highs only into lower 60s, but a very nice, kind of crisp fall day. Plenty of sunshine. We've got a few clouds in here late in the day, but overall, turned out to be a really good day. Nice time lapse of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, so what's going to happen? Tomorrow's going to be great. We're going to warm back up. 70s are going to return, plenty of sunshine. Thunderstorms tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Thunderstorms again Sunday afternoon. Now everything in between looks okay, but some of those storms on Sunday could be strong to severe. Of course, you can get my long range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. Kind of cool. We're sitting mid to upper 40s to near 50 degrees. We're going to drop back lower 40s later on tonight, so a very chilly night on tap for us, but we're going to turn it around as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Looks good right now. Currently outside, we sit at 47, calm winds, dew point at 42, humidity is at 83%, and we'll go near 100%. We may get a little bit of patchy fog in here later on tonight. You can see a few mid and upper level clouds which have been streaming in over the past couple hours. And we do have this little deck of clouds which is going to roll through. This is some upper level moisture, but not enough moisture to produce any rain, so we just get some clouds. Let's head west. Here's our next wave. This will start to affect us tomorrow night and then into the weekend with chances for showers and thunderstorms, but until then we look okay. There go the clouds tonight, so let's stop tomorrow morning. We pop back into the mid 40s, plenty of sunshine through the day, light southwesterly wind. We're going to go into the low to mid 70s for highs. Here's your day planner. We start at 44, 67 by noon, high temp at 73. We're going to have south winds at about 5 to 10, so a fantastic day. Let's go into the evening hours. We got high school football. Clouds will start to increase, but look at our temperatures. This is at 8:30. We're sitting into the mid 60s, so a great evening. But after midnight, or even late evening, 10, 11 o'clock, we'll start to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. Some of these could be a little stronger, not expecting anything severe, but watch how they kind of come together into a big complex by the time we head into Saturday morning. So the first half of Saturday is going to be an absolute washout. We're going to get moderate to heavy rain. We'll probably pick up a half an inch to an inch of rain, which we could kind of use. And then I think by Saturday afternoon, these are going to be all gone. So Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening look okay. Saturday night, more thunderstorms out to the west develop. I don't think they're going to make it in here, so I think we'll be fine Saturday night. And then for the first half of the day on Sunday. Then as the whole system swings through Sunday afternoon, from Kansas City all the way down to about Tulsa, we're going to get a line of showers and thunderstorms, and those will most likely be strong to severe. So we're going to have to kind of focus our attention on that as we go through the next day or two. But Friday looks great. 73, 78 Saturday, 78 on Sunday. Those chances for showers and thunderstorms lingering into Monday and Tuesday. Cooling back down late next week, back into the 60s as we head into Halloween weekend, almost here. Kind of crazy.
That's true. But it might be nice for Halloween.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Thanks, Doug. Mercy Hospital leaders kick off the hospital's 125th anniversary celebration today. They gathered at the site where the hospital's founders, the Sisters of Mercy, first stepped foot in Joplin. The Griffin building now sits on this property, but 125 years ago, there was a train station there. Today's event is part of a year-long celebration for Mercy Hospital. Some Missouri Southern freshmen got into the fall spirit today by carving and decorating pumpkins. The event was hosted by the First Year Experience Program and the Advising, Counseling, and Testing Department. One student we spoke with says it offers a chance to show off artistic skills. Area students explore life in the 1800s in historic CATO, Kansas. The 1869 CATO Schoolhouse is once again hosting CATO Days, which continues into Saturday. Students today got a look at Civil War weapons, blacksmithing, and how farm to table worked way back then. Organizers also had an Osage tribe teepee set up along with items the tribe would have used. Coming up in sports, Webb City and Nevada aim to stay alive in the Class 4 state softball tournament. And some Thursday night high school football action in Southeast Kansas. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Doug Henny has earned the NWA's.
We have some Thursday night high school football action tonight in Southeast Kansas. The Columbus Titans host a district matchup against the Caney Valley Bullpups this evening in the final game of the regular season. Now both teams enter the night 2-2 in district play. Columbus tries to avoid a 3-game losing streak. Now first drive for Caney off the fake. Gotta know better than to turn back into this guy. Cody Schock there for the big sack. Now, offensively, not a lot going for Columbus in the first half. Here, Gabe Martin gets loose. This is a 40-yard gain for Martin, but the Titans not able to score in the first half. They're down 8-0 at the break. Now, second half, different story. On their first drive, Brett Hamilton fires down the middle to a wide-open Cole Minor. He's in for the Titans' first touchdown of the game. Now, going for the 2-point conversion, Hamilton keeps it and gets in. Just like that, it's 8-8. Columbus with the ball back now. Hamilton throwing again. Check it out. Double coverage, and it doesn't even matter. Minor comes down with it. Columbus outscores Caney 30-0 in the second half. Titans beat the Bullpups tonight 30-8. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas hit the road to Missouri Western this weekend in Week 8 of MIAA play. The Gorillas are 5-2 this season and are coming off a big 59-7 win over Lincoln. Now on the other side, Missouri Western is 3-4, but they've had some close losses to good teams, and they actually beat Fort Hays State earlier this season. Now for the Gorillas, there's just 4 games left in the regular season. If they want to have any shot at playing more than that, they know what they have to do in these last 4 games.
We're in a position where we're still playing meaningful games here throughout the stretch of the season, and that's a good place to be. Certainly could be 2 games better, and you always can look back on those things and dwell on that, but we have to continue to move forward and continue to get better.
We go out and we prepare every week to win every game, and so that hasn't changed. And we've ran into a lot of adversity, which isn't anything unlike what we deal with every year, and I think we've done a great job of handling that.
For us to pass the test that we're looking to pass, we've got to make it through this and be playing our best football.
Well, tonight is quarterfinal night in the Missouri Class 4 state softball bracket. We have 2 local teams still alive in Class 4 in Webb City and Nevada. And we'll start with Nevada. The Tigers host Platte County, looking to move on to the Final Four. Pirates with an early 2-0 lead. Mackenzie Shields adds to it. Hits a bomb with runners on. 5-0 now. Same score in the 4th. This ball looks like it's getting out, but Skylar Burns makes the nice play at the fence to rob the home run. Pirates, though, still managed to put up a big inning. Corey Church back up the middle. 2 score on that. Pushes the lead to 8. Platte County wins at 10-0, but Nevada, great season. They finished 20-11 overall.
We saw early in the season the potential this group had, the talent, and so then it was just a matter of putting everything together. Obviously, winning a district championship is a major thing that we'll look back on the season and remember fondly. Winning 20 games, playing a tough schedule, something very proud of, and just the growth that some of our younger players made throughout the course of this season and the leadership that our upperclassmen provided are all things that really helped us accomplish what we did and win 20 games.
As for the Webb City Cardinals, they're on the road in the state quarterfinals tonight, taking on the Rolla Bulldogs. As you can see, this one, just a great game, but Webb City falls 10-9 in extra innings. The Cardinals finished the season with a 17-13 overall record. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Walter Hagen served in the U.S. Air Force from 1951 to 1973. Joplin native was stationed in Korea and Vietnam, and we salute Master Sergeant Walter Hagen, a four-state hero. Let's take a final look at our KOAM News Now Instant Poll. We've been asking, are you having more difficulty than usual finding your groceries? A substantial number said yes, 40%, but the majority, 60%, said no, not really a problem. This poll is now closed. Thanks for participating. Volunteers helped put together a new playset for a local 4-year-old fighting cancer. Volunteers started construction at 9 this morning, and a few hours later, they unveiled the new set to Gabe Garrison and his family. The 4-year-old Carl Junction boy is fighting leukemia, and today he's a pretty happy kid.
When they called us and asked us about if we wanted to do this, I thought, oh, absolutely. Like, that will be Gabe's most favorite thing ever. And just seeing him do it, like, he likes it more than I thought he would. I figured it would be like, oh yeah, it's really cool, but hearing all the stuff, it's just so much better than I thought.
The Rock Solid Foundation and Backyard Discovery programs helped make the donation possible. Nice playset. If you have never put one of those together before, you might not know. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
I know that from experience.
That's pretty cool because the Garrisons are a great family. They do so much around the area for childhood cancer. So little Gabe, he definitely deserves that. And he's going to have pretty good weather for it too. Tomorrow it's going to be 73, partly sunny skies. Now we are going to get some thunderstorms over the weekend, even a severe threat by Sunday afternoon.
Final sports note.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Tomorrow's like the perfect combination of good football games and good weather. Girard and Frontenac going head-to-head tomorrow night for a district championship. Also Carthage on the road against Nixa for the COC championship. Also Tigers trying to finish off a perfect regular season.
Yeah, exciting lineup. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget our morning show, and let's make it a great tomorrow.
Salon service is provided by the Wild